Most managers' jobs consist of three parts: doing things, and managing and leading people. Most managers do not set out to become managers. They start their working life as someone who does something. For example, as a salesperson, an accountant, or software programmer, or some other vocation of their choosing. But as they progress in their career, they move on to being a manager of things and then of people. Typically, for many managers, the part of their work that they find most satisfying and easy is doing things. The managing things part, such as budgets and business plans, may be a little less satisfying but not too challenging. But managing and leading people, for many managers, may be very challenging if they are not knowledgeable about it or comfortable with it. For this reason, many managers remain busy doing things and fail to give enough time to the managing and leading people aspects of their role. Managers are often anxious when given the responsibility of managing and leading people, because they feel it is not what they do best, not what they were trained for, time-consuming, uncomfortable dealing with people, and particularly in difficult situations. Think about the aspects of performance necessary for success in your career. If you think deeply, you will realize that as a manager you might end up with three broad responsibilities: 1. Responsibility for leading yourself, 2. Responsibility for leading your team, and 3. Responsibility for leading the business. Leading yourself means asking and knowing answers to the following questions. How do I define success in my work? Where do I find focus? How do I set the agenda? And who else is setting the agenda? What do I do when things seem difficult or impossible? How am I building my network? Leading your team means asking questions and knowing answers to: how do I manage the team's expectations? What influence do I want to have? What qualities do I want in my staff? With staff I've inherited, how do I foster those qualities? Where and how do I hire? How do I have difficult conversations? Leading your business means asking questions and knowing the answers to: what are the implicit and explicit goals of my organization? What are the business priorities? How do I ensure performance of the tasks by my team? If you recall the discussion we have had so far, you will see that every manager's job entails some heavy human resource responsibilities such as hiring, training, appraising, compensating, and developing. Looking a little further, the hallmark of today's young generation, especially in India, is the keenness and willingness to experiment and take risks. There are many young fearless entrepreneurs who have set the path for a wave of entrepreneurship in the country. Given this rising trend of entrepreneur-driven innovation, it is possible that you will someday manage your own business. Such being the case, whether you are managing someone else's business, or your own business, it will be very important for you to understand the nuts and bolts of managing human resource.